The second and final game of today's doubleheader at Flagler College gets underway in just about 10 minutes. It's the men's game between the surging 9-3 UNC Pembroke Braves against the Flagler College Saints in the midst of one of their best starts in recent program history. These two teams duking it out, looking to keep things going near the top of the Peach Belt Conference standings. Good evening and thanks for joining us here from Flagler Gymnasium. John Gross coming to you live from beautiful St. Augustine, Florida. We just saw the women's side for the Lady Braves fall to Flagler after going to the locker room at halftime with a 5-point edge. They ended up losing by 8. Men's side looking to do a little better, and they've been playing some of their best basketball of this season on a 3-game winning streak, and the average margin of victory the last 3 games has been just over 24 points per game. That certainly bodes well for UNCP, who has dominated this lopsided series. They've won their 18 games in their 20 tries against Flagler by an average of 18 points. So that trend of convincing victories, well, it might continue. But this is a different Flagler team than we've seen in years past. This is a program that has struggled since joining the D2 ranks. In fact, they have not had a winning season since 2007-2008. And right now, though, Chad Warner in his 3rd season has been playing some really good basketball. 6-5 of the season, 2-1 in Peach Belt Conference play. And really, it's his best season so far at Flagler for the former head coach at Shorter. You look at the last few games for the Braves, talked about their success scoring the basketball, but talking to the coaches, they weren't just happy about how they scored, they were happy about how they defended. It's been a committed team effort on the defensive side of the basketball. And rebounding as well, that's been huge for the Braves. Rebounding margin last 3 games has been probably equally, if not more impressive than their margin of victory. They are out-rebounding teams by an average of 17.7 boards per game over the last 3. And you're not going to lose many games when you're rebounding like that. Braves certainly have a little bit of a size advantage against Flagler, but what the Saints do well, they shoot the rock. They lead the conference in 3-point field goal percentage, lead the conference in 3-point field goal makes per game. Just a touch under 13 made 3 balls per game. They also lead the PVC in field goal defense and defensive rebounding. So right there, some key things to know about Flagler. We'll take a quick break. When we get back, Dave Nguyen had a chance to chat with head coach Tony Jones earlier in the week, and we'll hear what the interim head man had to say leading in to tonight's matchup. So don't go anywhere. This is the pregame show here on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
Back here in St. Augustine, just about 5 or so minutes until we'll get the action started here. Flagler out of the court and warming up. UNCP just made their way back into the locker room. Interim head coach Tony Jones, some last-second words of advice to his Brave side. Let's take a listen to what he had to say earlier in the week with Dave Nguyen of the UNCP Sports Network.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for joining me as the team is off on the right foot starting in 2020 with a win over Young Harris. What are your immediate reactions as Young Harris came in, up-tempo, pressed basically the entire game, wanted to disrupt you guys and trap you as much as possible?
We kind of knew that coming in. They're very they scramble a lot on defense. Offensively, they shoot the ball pretty well. We came in with the mindset of we're not going to let them get into the flow of their offense. I think we did a great job to start the game. But Young Harris never gives up. Got into the second half. They brought it within 12 at one point. They're a very streaky team. They're a very well-coached team. And I'm just proud of the guys to keep their composure and come out with the W.
Sometimes the games after the Christmas and New Year holidays are tough. So how do you think your team handled that, a bit of adversity or the bit of the long break as they were able to win against Young Harris?
Our first practice back after the Christmas break, the guys seemed like they were in pretty good shape. So I told them to go home, at least get in the gym maybe twice over the break within the 7 days. If they could, just go shoot around a little bit, try to stay in shape. They came back. Nobody looked winded. Everybody like they were still focused and locked in. And I was proud of the guys, and they showed this game.
I think the team handled the Young Harris press pretty well, especially jumping out to an 18-2 run within the first 4 minutes. What is it like jumping out to a fast start like that? I feel like it not necessarily eases you guys, but jumping out to an 18-2 run within the first 4 minutes of the game helps out a lot.
It definitely helps out a lot. Just like I said in the past, I hate starting off slow. This game, we shot the ball very well. Defensively, we was in the gaps. We made it hard for them, and it was a sigh of relief to start the game like that. But we couldn't get too comfortable because Young Harris never stops pressing or they never give up. So it was definitely a challenge for our guys, but we persevered.
Absolutely. Now we've talked about throughout the entire season, your guard play overall has been spectacular. Jordan Ratliff came up big in the Young Harris game with 28 points, and it seemed like every time you guys needed to knock down a big-time shot, Jordan was always there to do it. Between him and the fact that David Strother has had 5 straight games of double-digit point games, I guess the chemistry between those two, that helps out the entire team.
Yes, for sure. They played together in high school, so they do have a little chemistry there. But same thing with Jabry. Jabry shot the ball very well last game. I think he had 17 points. Micah's a great distributor of the ball. Tyrell had a really good game, even though he did foul out throughout the game. But our guards, shout outs to them. They've been doing a great job. They've been being very composed throughout the press and throughout the season. They've shown that they can handle whatever comes towards them.
Absolutely. I think that was another thing that was a big note. There were some guys who were in foul trouble, Micah as well as Tyreek Tyreek did foul out. I guess is that something to work on as far as whether it's defense or trying not to get those silly cheap fouls so players can stay in the game longer?
I thought the rest were calling it kind of tight. But if the rest are calling tight, we got to back up a little bit. But that's what we have depth for. We got a lot of guards that can play. There was no real drop-off with Rel fouling out, Mike again in foul trouble. But just like you said, there were some silly fouls, but the game was called very tight, and we have to adjust when the game is being called tight.
Yeah, that's right. Tyrell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
2 winnable games coming up with the next road trip. What is one thing to focus on or one thing to improve upon from the Young Harris game coming up when you take on Flagler as well as Columbus State?
Staying focused throughout the game. Teams are never going to give up. We have an X on our back. Teams aren't going to just roll over whenever we come into town. So Flagler is a very well-coached team. They have a very prolific scorer on their team. And Columbus State is very athletic, and they're not going to back down either.
And lastly, with a road trip like this, I feel like sometimes the team camaraderie gets strengthened, or the bond away from the court on road trips like this strengthens a lot. What can you talk about as far as going on a long road trip like this to help build team chemistry?
For sure. A lot of the times we go out to eat, we have the guys sit together, they're talking. I mean, we have a group of guys that's been together for a while, so the camaraderie is there, but just like you said, on the road for 3 or 4 days, it definitely builds the chemistry off the court as well as on the court. So with this being a great challenge in the PBC with these two teams and us having to be on the road, it's kind of going to be like how it is in the off season. I'm sorry, not the off season, the pro season, when we're playing different teams, we're on the road and just hanging with each other, but just building that chemistry at the same time.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Pre-game festivities underway here. National anthem in just about a minute or so. We'll have tip-off for you in a few, so don't go anywhere. This is Braves men's basketball here on the UNCP Sports Network.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
It's a football! The long history of heartache continues.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your...
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
Starting lineup speeded out here at Flagler Gymnasium. We'll give you the starting lineups with that. For the home Flagler Saints, 6-5 of this season, sporting a 2-1 record in the Peach Belt Conference. Their guards as follows: Demerit Brown, the 6'4 senior, Derek Ellis Jr., and Alante Pinkins, and Getty Zapaitis, pardon me. And at forward is Chris Metzger for the Saints. And for UNC Pembroke, David Struther, Tyrell Kirk, Jordan Ratliff, the guards, Akia Pruitt, and Carson Mounts at the forward spots. For UNCP, they're on a 3-game winning streak, going to keep things rolling And they have quite the challenge, though, going up against one of the best players in the Peach Belt Conference in Getty Zapaitis, native of London, England, second in the conference in scoring. He leads the conference in rebounds per game. He's only 6'5", but that's not a problem for him. Really talented scorer. A good job on both ends of the basketball. And it should be an interesting matchup. You would assume that Akia Pruitt would be the one on him, the one-time Peach Belt Conference Defensive Player of the Year. Flagler Saints being announced right now. Again, off to their best start, really, under head coach Chad Warner. One of the best starts in their program's history since joining the D2 ranks. But they have quite the test tonight against one of the best teams, not only the Peach Belt, but nationally against UNCP, who received votes, just one, in the most recent national poll. Again, John Gross here at Flagler College. Two teams making their way out onto the floor. Braves in their gray uniforms, black letters and numbers with gold trim. Flagler Saints, white unis, red letters and number, black outlines on the numbers, and red trims on the sleeves. In the center circle, it's Metzger and Pruitt set to tip it off. And the opening tip controlled by the Saints, attacking left to right. It's Demerit Brown to the basketball, near wing. Now up top to Metzger. Hands it off to Brown, between the circles, Alante Pickens. Pickens penetrates, entry feed inside, Metzger slips past Tyrell Kirk and lays it in. 2-0 Flagler in the opening possession of the game. Pruitt straight away, off to Ratliff on the right wing, works his way off the Pruitt screen. Kick out to Akia Pruitt from Struther is good. Akia Pruitt the answer. That's the battle we're looking at. Pruitt and Zapaitis. Two stars for these respective squads. 3-2 Braves, less than a minute into the game. Metzger high post, turns and faces. Kick out to Brown, driving in the right side. Leaner off balance, off glass, unsuccessful. And Struther there on the board for the Braves. Struther forces the issue the other way. Kicks it out to Kirk, right wing, mid-range jumper. And a rare mid-range miss for Kirk as the rebound fought for. And Ratliff stepped on the baseline as he tried to loop it back and bounce. Zapaitis will inbound it. Braves shows some full court man-to-man pressure as he finds Alante Pickens on the far sideline. Pickens hands off to Zapaitis. Right wing now with Ellis, has the ball above his head and finds a cunning Demerit Brown, who lays it in, puts Flagler back in front 4-3. Struther basketball in his left hand. Finds Ratliff off the down screen from Pruitt. Bounce pass inside to Pruitt. Mounts open to the free throw line. Defense comes over late. Good rotation defensively in the zone look for the home side. Kick out up top. Worked around the perimeter. Ratliff left open. Left corner three. Yes. Jordan Ratliff. Second made three of the game for UNCP. One for Ratliff, one for Pruitt. And the Braves have a 6-4 lead. 18-13 to go first half. Ellis Jr. weaving his way inside, and he finger rolls it off the glass and through. Tied at 6. And a quick timeout for Tony Jones and company. 18:04 to go first half. We'll take a break with him. Tied at 6. Less than 2 minutes in, Braves are ready at timeout.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
Out of the timeout, Jordan Ratliff taken out of the game after the blow-by by Ellis. He is replaced by Jabri Bullard. It's Braves basketball attacking to our left, tied at 6. Just under 18 minutes to go in the first half. Struther looked to find Pruitt at the low post, and it was deflected away by Ellis Jr. Racing across half court is Pickens to the near side. Pickens through the legs dribble. Bounce pass to Metzger, establishing himself on the block. Chris Metzger tries to spin on Mounts. who guarded him very well, and Metzger dribbles it off his foot. That's great defense by Carson Mounts. And the Braves sideline letting Mounts hear it. Some encouragement from this coaching staff, led by interim head coach Tony Jones. As Strother trots across midcourt, works his way off the Pruitt screen to his right. Strother, right elbow jumper, lips out. Rebound tipped around, and they'll say that it was off of Flagler. So it'll be UNCP ball under their attacking basket. 20 seconds put back on the shot clock. One of the new rules in college basketball this season, shot clock resets to 20. After a missed shot, the offensive team keeps possession. Inside off the inbounds to Pruitt. Hook shot, off glass and through. Makia Pruitt, a quick 5 points out of UNCP's 8. Man-to-man full court pressure as Pickens crosses over past Jabri Bullard. Establishes himself between the circles. Near wing, it's Yorzapaitis. Getting Yorzapaitis, doesn't put the ball to the ground. Metzger turns, hands to Yorzapaitis. Step back over the outstretched arms of Mounts, and a long rebound falls directly into the hands of Alante Pickens on the near wing. Floated inside. Great pass from Yorzapaitis to Metzger with a size advantage over Pruitt, and an errant feed from Strother intended for Carson Mounts gets over his head. Not many times you'll hear that said on a UNCP broadcast. A pass over the head of Carson Mounts, who stands at 6'10". Ellis across midcourt, tightly guarded by Strother. Ellis blows by him, tries to recollect it with his left hand, kind of lost control of the basketball on his way up, and it falls innocently out of bounds. Braves basketball. Micah Kinsey on for UNCP. He was out the first semester of the season for the Braves. Good to have him back, though, as David Strother heads to the sideline. Starter still out there for the home side. It's Kinsey with the basketball. Picks up his dribble left elbow. Between the circles, Mounts attacking on Metzger. Bumped, no whistle, off glass and in. Carson Mounts has that sneaky ability to put the ball to the floor and get to the basket and score. Shows it off right there, and it's 10-8 Braves, 16-10 to go in the first half. Inside feed to Metzger, runner too strong, and couldn't get the offensive board. Good rebound by Tyrell Kirk. Outlets to Jabri Bullard, right wing, picks up his dribble, whipped inside as the double comes to Mounts, who finds an open Pruitt, top of the key, 3, yes! Akia Pruitt, his second made three-pointer in the early stages of this one. He has an early 8 of UNCP's 13 points. Pruitt on Yorzapaitis, getting it done on both sides of the floor. Yorzapaitis off the pick and pop with space. He'll hit that all day. Leading scorer for this team, second leading scorer in the Peach Belt Conference. A knockdown shooter from everywhere on the floor as he brings his Saints side back within 2. Bullard recovers a tough feed in the left wing. Whipped around the perimeter to Kinsey. Now up top, Kirk. Left wing, Bullard. Jab step, triple tray with a defender in his face. What a shot for Jabri Bullard as he buries it. Talk about another knockdown shooter. Pickens picks up his dribble. Left corner, Yorzapaitis feeling it early, and he hits it with Pruitt in his face. This is going to be a fun battle back and forth. 16-14, Braves lead it. 14:47 to go as Spencer Levi and Sean Kirk head to the scorer's table. Sean's brother Tyrell misses a mid-range free throw line jumper, but an offensive rebound by Pruitt kicks it out. Left wing, deep 3 from Bullard, rims off, and quickly outletted up the floor. Pickens, right corner, triple for the lead, yes! 17-14 Flagler. 17-16 Flagler in front as Micah Kinsey turns and looks to Tony Jones. It's the play call from the sideline. Free throw line, it's Mounts, turns and faces, attacks on Metzger, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Metzger was not really set there, but they'll say that Mounts came plowing through him. Just outside 14 minutes to go here, 14-16 to be exact. We'll into our first media timeout of the game. Flagler in front, 17-16. This is Braves basketball on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
It's a football! The long history of heartache continues.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Pretty good crowd on hand here. The early games of 2020. Happy New Year to all of you listening here at the UNCP Sports Network. Hope your 2020 has been going well so far. UNCP in an early one-point hole. They trail 17-16 to Flagler. And a left corner three, missed everything. Too strong from Demerit Brown, weak side rebound for the Braves. And Bullard hustles across the timeline. Finds Kirk, crossover between the circles. And before Kirk can get rid of it, Spencer Levi tangled up underneath with Damir Hadzic. Hadzic, native of Sarajevo and Bosnia-Herzegovina, called for his first personal. That the first team foul of this first half for the Saints. Inbounded around. Kinsey spins, picks up his dribble, short right corner, finds Levi in the right elbow, and Spencer Levi, nothing but net. First shot, first make for Levi. Braves back up by 1. Zone look for UNCP, floated to the right corner. Urizapitis trapped quickly, and it's intercepted by Levi. Levi crosses over at midcourt and wisely hands it off to the ball-handling Micah Kinsey. Kinsey off the Levi screen to his right, picks up his dribble, right elbow, looking for options, works it out to Kirk. Straight away triple for Tyrell Kirk, off to the right, and it hit the wiring just above the basket, which is out of bounds. It's Flagler basketball. Jaybree Bullard out, David Struther and Jordan Ratliff back in. Bullard heads to the bench. So it's Struther, Kinsey, Ratliff, Levi, and Kirk for UNCP. It's an athletic bunch of the floor for the Braves. 2-3 look for UNCP. Far side of the floor is Ellis Jr. Finds Brown, steps into a long three-pointer, and he airballed it again. That's his second airball from distance. 13:04 to go. Braves lead 18-17. Here in the first half. Braves shooting 58% from the fields. Flagler not much further behind him, 54%. Kinsey spins, crossover, step back, bounce pass to the left block to Sean Kirk with the body all over him, off glass and through. Sean Kirk has really shown some creativity in his offensive game this season. The NC State transfer in his first season as a Brave. Near corner, Urizapitis, double teamed, kicked out up top. Now free throw line, Hadzic finds a cutting Ellis, who lost control of it. Ellis scoops it back up left corner, feeds it up top to Hadzic, hands it off behind him to Urizapitis, who had absolutely no air, and he still hits the straightaway three. That's his third made three-pointer. And we're seeing early on why he's one of the best players in this conference. Sean Kirk looks to respond. Free top of the key three off the mark. And Hadzic on his backside has the rebound. Outlets it to Brown. Down the floor, Urizapitis. And that was a heat check with Sean Kirk all up in his grill, and he missed it. Struther the other way with it. Looking for Kirk in the low block. Kinsey floats it inside to him. Left block going up against Urizapitis. Sean Kirk finds the basket once again. That's a matchup the Braves can exploit right there. Kirk a little bit of a size advantage in Urizapitis. Braves up by 2, 22-20, 11:30 to go. Left block, it's Hadzic. 14 on 14, the lefty Hadzic. His hook shot rattles off. And Kirk is there for the board outlets to Micah Kinsey. Kirk, free throw line extended. Ratliff takes it from distance. Right wing off short. And it's rebounded by Urizapitis, who leads the conference in boards per game. Quickly outletted down the floor. Left corner transition triple. Alante Pickens. 38% three-point shooter, sinks it. That's been the name of the game today for the Saints. 5 of 9 from distance. 5 of their 9 field goals have been from beyond the arc. Levi bumped in the paint by Hansich, and a delayed whistle comes in from this officiating crew. It's the second team foul. The Saints' second personal on Demir Hansich. Head to our second media timeout. 23-22, Flagler leading in what's been a fun battle here in the first half. 10:59 to go. This is Braves basketball on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
It's a football! The long history of heartache continues.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Now the under 12 media timeout, 23-22. Flagler Saints leading your UNCP Braves. Fans, a reminder as always, make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms on Twitter and Instagram at UNCP_sports. You can find us on Facebook under UNCP Athletics and subscribe to our YouTube page while you're listening along here on the UNCP Sports Network. Ratliff has it left corner. Braves attacking to our left, setting up their half-court offense. Just over 10 minutes to go in the first half. UNCP down by a point. Kinsey curls as the switch comes off the Pruitt screen. Levi, low block, fighting through a double team. Splits it with a left hand off glass. Unsuccessful. Metzger the rebound. And a held ball violation as Levi got his paws on it. And the possession arrow in favor of Flagler. Micah Kinsey will check out. In comes Tyrell Kirk. To the 5 of the floor for the Braves. Tyrell Kirk, Levi, Pruitt, Ratliff, and Struther. Pruitt kicks it up top. Right wing, Struther looking for options. Puts the ball on the floor. Fresh 30 for the Braves after the held ball. Kirk using the Levi screen to his right. Wrap around, feed inside to Pruitt. Bodying Urzapaitis, who is called for the foul. And Pruitt nodding his head. Assistant coach Connor Keltner yelling every time. That's the matchup they want to exploit. Especially if they can get Urzapaitis in any sort of foul trouble. That would be absolutely huge. That's his first personal third-team foul of this first half. Akia Pruitt heads to the free throw line for the Braves. 57% from the line this season. And he clanks it off the back iron of the first. That is first miss of the game. He has 8 points, 3 of 3 from the field, including a couple 3 balls. Second free throw, high arcer, nothing but net. We're level at 23. 10:21 to go first half. Man-to-man pressure for the Braves. Ratliff guarding Ellis, the length of the floor. Derek Ellis Jr. across half court. Horn set for Flagler. High post to Metzger. Turns and faces on Levi. Now backs it out. Hands it off to Ellis. Into the corner. Urzapaitis shot fake. Baseline drive up and under with the right hand. Finishes. That is first 2-point field goal of the game. And he has 11, leading all scorers. Ratliff left open left corner. The response, yes. Jordan Ratliff giving UNCP the lead once again. He has 6. His second made 3. 9:40 to go. Metzger, left elbow. Turns and hands to Urzapaitis. Pruitt got his hand to the passing lane. Braves forced to switch. Now Levi and Urzapaitis. Basketball in the hands of Derek Ellis in the left wing. They go ISO with Urzapaitis between the circles. Crossover. Step back. Airballed it. Great defense by Spencer Levi. A smile on his face. Urzapaitis, high volume shooter. 4 of 7 from the fields. And Metzger knocked down Levi underneath the basket, no whistle. quick ball movement. Underneath, baseline drive. Ratliff up and under with the left hand, lays it in. And they're calling a flop on Spencer Levi. This one of the new calls in college basketball. At least that's what it appears the official called, a flop on Levi. And that came after the Ratliff made lay-in. Now the officials will talk. It is a flop. Just got confirmation from the officials. .908 to go. Flagler basketball. Basket does count for Ratliff. Braves up by 3. Pickens across half court. Braves bring the trap in the near corner. Whipped up top back to Alante Pickens, who sets up the offense. Finds Yorzapaitis. Baseline drive, and Levi couldn't quite stay in front of him. Had to grab him a bit. Not the second team foul on UNCP. And it goes against Levi. Brown pulls out the ball. Pruitt, active hands, able to get into the passing lane. And the Braves saying it should have been UNCP ball, as it might have hit off of Metzger. Flagler inbounding from the near sideline, finds Yorzapaitis in the right wing. Lobbed inside to Metzger, pounding the rock inside, and he put it off the back rim. Levi rips down the rebound. Ratliff, left wing, between the circles to Strother. Slows things up, 8.5 to go, Braves 3-point edge. Kirk, right wing, finds an open David Strother, right corner. Missed it, Pruitt, weak side rebound. Bodies his way up, couldn't convert. Ball tipped around, Pruitt another opportunity. Kicks it out to Kirk, extra feed to Strother. A little bit offline to Strother. Braves do still have some time of the shot clock. As Strother penetrates, finds Ratliff in the left corner. Yes! He is 3 for 3 from 3 in that same spot. Another left corner triple, and it was the second chance and third chance opportunities for UNCP that created it. 31-25, Braves, 8:11 to go in the first half. This is Braves basketball on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
It's a football! The long history of heartache continues.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner,
Braves a 6-point lead. A barrage of threes from Jordan Ratliff really helping the cause. Let's go back a little bit. Spencer Levi was called for a flop, and just to clarify, since it is a new rule, it's used to identify faking a play, likely a block, a charge, 3-point shot, any other tactic to fool the official. It's a warning the first time. The second time, just like a delay of game, becomes a technical. So not a foul on Levi. As Yorzapaitis struggles to get the ball across. Bounce pass, makes his way across the timeline. It's Derek Ellis Jr. Lauren Slim in the ballgame, the native of the Netherlands, checks in. This is not the deepest Flagler team. Their first time going to the bench. Slim picks up his dribble. Now between the circles, it's Metzger. Tried to go backdoor, and it was off the leg of Strother. Unintentional, so it's not a kick ball. As it's worked around. Kirk left wide open. Left wing three. Bounces home. That's a shooter's touch if I've ever seen one. Largest lead of the game for the Braves. 9-point edge. Flagler chucks it down the floor, left corner to Demerit Brown. Looks to go to work on Strother. Great defense by David Strother. And it's bounced past to the logo to Derek Ellis Jr. Yorzapaitis with Pruitt all over him. Jab step and Pruitt stumbles. Yorzapaitis, deep three off the back of the rim, and it hops up into the wire above the net, which is again an out of bounds call. You don't have that wire at every gym. And interestingly enough, if it were to hit the back of the top of the backboard, that's not out of bounds. So that's certainly a disadvantage here at Flagler Gymnasium. Braves up by 9. 7:05 to go, clock rolling. Strother with the basketball between the circles. Finds Tyrell Kirk, left wing, worked around the perimeter. Strother has it, puts the ball on the floor, picks up his dribble, right wing, lobbed inside to Pruitt. Free throw line jumper on the kick out to Carson Mounts, who gets his own offensive rebound. Kick out three, David Strother. A big triple, UNCP absolutely en fuego from distance. 8 for 11 from beyond the arc. That's 73% from deep. And UNCP opens up a 12-point edge, 6:46 to go. A 30-second timeout, we'll take one as well. We'll be back very shortly. This is Braves basketball on the UNCP Sports Network.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a big bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
Back here at Flagler Gymnasium, UNCP a 37-25 lead, in large part due to their phenomenal three-point shooting today, 8 for 11 from distance. It's Flagler basketball moving to our right. Derek Ellis between the circles. A couple handoffs up top. Alante Pickens, step back triple attempt off the rim, and it's knocked out of bounds by Carson Mounts. Braves have been shooting the ball really well from the field and from distance in their 3-game win streak. 40% from beyond the arc. 52% from the field. Right now, 8 for 11. You'd expect that number to fall down to earth maybe a little bit, but 11 shots that's a high volume of attempts as Metzger has it in the right block. Matched up on Mounts. Lefty hook shot over the outstretched arms of Mounts. Falls off, but whistles blow as Carson Mounts is charged with a personal. That his second. Third team foul of this first half. 6:24 to go as Chris Metzger heads to the free throw line. And Metzger off the back rim, unsuccessful. Started the last 6 games as Mounts checks out and Levi comes in. Metzger started the last 6 games. 5 of 11 from the free throw line of the season. Interestingly enough, only one of 3 players on this roster from Florida. There are more players from overseas than there are from the state that Flagler plays it. And second free throw also unsuccessful. Braves corral the rebound. Outlet down the floor, David Strother, left wing. Left block, Kirk goes to work. Kick out Levi, straight away triple. And that one doesn't fall. Rebound secured. Elbows out for Metzger. Outlet it up the court to Pickens. Pickens off the screen, gets the switch, and that's a carry. Kind of hesitated a bit. And Alante Pickens with the turnover. At the 5th turnover of this game for Flagler. 37-25. 5:50 to go in the first half. David Strother trots across half court, finds Kirk on the right wing. Kirk hands it back off to Strother. Kirk, straight away 3. Off to the right, and Metzger secures the board, but Kirk tried to sneak in there and pull it away, and Kirk is called for a personal, reaching in on Chris Metzger. First personal on Tyrell Kirk, who fouled out last game against Young Harris in just 17 minutes of action. The 4th team foul this first half with 5:41 to go. So in comes Tyler Collier for the first time. The native of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Ellis works the near sideline between the circles. Urzapaitis. It's been quiet last couple of minutes. Good defense on it by the Braves. Collier, first touch between the circles. Turns, pivots, faces, picks up his dribble, looking for options. Nearly a 5-second violation. And it's kicked out to Urzapaitis. Urzapaitis had to take it away by Strother. Strother, a one-on-none. Flagler give him the lay-in. And it's 39-25. Defense into offense for David Strother and UNCP. Braves fired up right now defensively, causing plenty of issues for this Flagler team. Starting to pull away, a 14-point edge as Ellis weaves down the lane. Inside to Collier, and Bullard came from his blind side and knocked it out of his hands, but again a foul called. Make that 16 fouls on UNCP, the first on Jabry Bullard. Pardon me, 5 team fouls of the Braves. Inbound to the near corner, and Pickens didn't know where he was. He was positioning himself on the sidelines. That's a turnover. Make that 7 for the Saints. Braves basketball, largest lead of the game, up 39-25, looking to continue their win streak. They've won 3 straight by an average of 24.4 points a game. Kirk, right wing extended, up top to his brother Sean. Left wing, now it's Strother and Levi. His body down to the floor by Collier. A little bit of an armbar there. 4th team foul on the Saints. Collier heads out, quick breather for Chris Metzger, who again has started the last 6 games. He's seeing extended playing time as this season's progressed. Braves inbound from under the attacking basket, ends up with Strother between the circles. Strother, right of the lane, tough jumper off the glass, rims out, Metzger there for the board. Quickly outlet it to Ellis, who forces the issue. Slithers his way through a double team. Drive-in kick, left corner 3 for Pantelich is good. Alex Pantelich off of a magnificent transition assist from Derek Ellis. And Kirk the other way. 3-ball rims out for the left wing, weak side board by Metzger. Derek Ellis will slow things up. Pantelich with that last 3, Niv of Belgrade, Serbia. And they work the size advantage. It was Metzger at 6'7" against David Strother, just about 6 feet tall. And Metzger able to lay it in. Bullard, a rare 2-point attempt off a screen. Right elbow jumper is short. And it's rebounded by Flagler as Micah Kinsey heads to the scorer table. Saints basketball moving to our right. Metzger, the right block, establishes himself underneath. Tip in after the missed lay-in is good. Saints roaring back, a quick 7-0 run for the home side. Strother slows things down. Bounce pass to Sean Kirk, right wing. Up top to Tyrell. Left wing, David Strother looking for Sean Kirk in the low block. Instead goes to Bullard between the circles. Right wing extended. Levi now spins his way inside. Lay-in rims out, but he's there for the tip-in. So back and forth tip-ins. Braves back up by 9 as now Akia Pruitt joins Micah Kinsey at the scorer's table. 2-3 zone for the Braves. Yorazapaitis contested triple off to the right. He's got cold as of late. And ball pinballed around. They'll say it was last off. Flagler deflected right into the UNCP bench, just to my right. Under 4 media timeout. 2:55 to go. First half. Braves up by 9. 41-32 the score here in St. Augustine, Florida. This is Braves basketball on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangle.
.255 to go, final media timeout before halftime. Braves lead it 41-32. They have the basketball, attacking right to left in their gray uniforms, looking to extend their winning streak to 4 games and pick up their 10th victory of the season. Micah Kinsey with the basketball. Finds Pruitt between the circles. Goes to work 1-on-1 against UNCP. Kicks it out to Strother left wing. Entry feed left block to Levi. Kick out to Pruitt. Deep three-pointer from the right wing unsuccessful. Tipped around. And the offensive rebound put back and in by Micah Kinsey, who's fouled in the act and he'll shoot one. 43-32 UNC Pembroke. Up by 1. 2:37 to go after the offensive board and the lay-in by Kinsey. Kinsey free throw off to the right. Just a 55% free throw shooter for his career. Braves still plus 11. Derek Ellis the basketball. Marks his way across the logo. Crossover back up top. Ellis looking for a screen. Finds Slim between the circles. Slim turns and faces. Picks up his dribble right wing. Dumps it off to Ellis. Goes baseline on Kirk. Weaving his way around. Ball whipped around the perimeter. Ends up in the hands of Pickens. Straight away, 3 off the mark. And a long rebound ends up with Strother. Leaves it back for Pruitt. And a monstrous slam for Akia Pruitt with 2 hands. 45-32 Braves after the energetic slam by Akia Pruitt. The bench fired up right now for UNCP. Ellis floats inside to Slim, up and under, left hand unsuccessful. Weak side board for the guard, Strother. Braves with it to her left. David Strother pulls it back out. Inside to Pruitt. They love this matchup on UNCP. Pruitt picks up his dribble. Head fake and an easy lay-in. Got UNCP to leave his feet. And it does not get much easier than that for Akia Pruitt, who leads all scorers with 13 points, 5 of 7 from the field, including a couple of threes. Switch comes, so it's Levi on Pickens. Pickens left of the lane. Bounce pass outside to Pantelic, the native of Serbia. Picks up his dribble, right elbow. Jumper way off. Good defense by Tyrell Kirk. Braves have the rebound. It's Kinsey on the basketball. Pruitt hands off to Strother. Right wing 3. Airballed it. Levi saves it under his own basket, and it deflects into the hands of Pantelic for the Saints. And Strother fouled Derek Ellis, nearly bumped him into the bleachers. Probably a wise foul, though. Got the 6th foul of the half for UNCP, the first on Strother, and it prevented a potential 2-on-1 opportunity for Flagler. Braves up by 15 points. A series that UNCP has dominated, 18-10 all time. As Levi rejects UNCP on his way to the hole. Quick attack with a right hand. It'll stay with Flagler. UNCP on just 4 of 10 from the field. 56.5 seconds to go. Braves up by 15. Kinsey got into the passing lane. Pass intended for Ellis. Deflected out of bounds. So right in front of the UNCP sideline, it'll be Ellis inbounding. Gets the pass from the official. Floats into the backcourt to Pantelic. Into the hands of Alante Pickens. Pickens, high post to Slim, turns and faces. 10 seconds to get a shot off. 40 seconds left in the half. Backdoor feed to Pickens under the hole. And the 5'10 junior guard is hacked on his way up. Looks like the foul will be on Ratliff, waiting for confirmation. 38.7 to go in the half. And it is on Jordan Ratliff. That's the 7th team foul, so Flagler in the bonus. Just the first personal on Jordan Ratliff. 2 shots, though, here from Alante Pickens as he falls forward and hits the first free throw. .7 seconds to go. Braves up by 14. Pickens fell across the free throw line to the first free throw, which is a violation. That time he keeps his footing, hits the second. UNCP up 13. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Tyrell Kirk orchestrates the offense. Finds Ratliff in the left wing, up top to Levi. Turns and hands to Tyrell Kirk. Kirk picks up his dribble. Short pass to Pruitt. Picks up his dribble now left wing. They need something quick here. 10 to get a shot off. Levi high post, jab step left, goes to Kirk right side, into the block to Pruitt. Triple team comes. Pruitt doesn't care as he turns towards the baseline of the right block and hits the jumper. Braves up 15, 5 seconds to go in the half, down to 4, as Brown races to the hole and lays it in. Derek Ellis Jr. with the lay-in to end the half just before the buzzer, but UNCP racing out to a 49-36 advantage at the midway point of this one. And what a half it's been after back and forth battle for about the first half of this half. Braves starting to pull away. Flagler, just one of their last 6 from the field. UNCP, on the other hand, they're 4 of their last 5. On field goal attempts, leading scorer for UNCP is Akia Pruitt, who is showing why he is one of, if not the best players in this conference, and we have the pleasure of seeing 2 of the top players in the PBC, in both Akia Pruitt and Getty Yorzapaitis. Yorzapaitis started off on fire, 3 from 3 from deep. Since then, he has missed his last 3 3-point attempts, and he's just 4 of 10 from the field. A high-volume shooter who does it at a very efficient clip. He shoots 50% from the field, 50% from deep, 90% from the stripe. Those are elite-level numbers for the London, England native, but Akia Pruitt doing a wonderful job defensively, slowing him down, and also getting it done offensively. Pruitt 6 of 8 from the field with 15 points. UNCP leads it by 13 at halftime. We'll be back in just a few, give you some stats and storylines. But for now, head to a commercial break here on the UNCP Sports Network. This is Braves men's basketball, live from St. Augustine, Florida.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a big bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a big bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a big bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
It's a football! The long history of of heartache continues.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now, when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a big bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
Halftime here at Flagler Gymnasium, 49-36, UNCP in front of the Flagler Saints. John Gross here on the UNCP Sports Network. About 8 minutes to go until we get things started in the second half. And you look at this stat line for UNCP, and it doesn't get much better than that. 51% from the field, 53% from deep, 8 of 15 from beyond the arc. And another major metric, limiting Genny Uozapaitis to just 11 points in that first half, which, yes, that's a good amount to have in a first half, but just 4 of 10 from the field. And someone who shoots the ball at such an efficient clip, 50% from the field, 50% from deep, doing a nice job of preventing him from getting going. And that's in large part due to the defensive effort of Akia Pruitt, which might not even be the storyline of this one for Pruitt. He has 15 points. 6 of 8 from the field, including a couple of threes, 1 or 2 from the free throw line. 3 offensive rebounds as well for Akia Pruitt. I mean, this is a guy who, for his 4 years at UNCP, has just really done it all. I mean, first team all-conference selection, he's been second team all-conference, defensive player of the year a couple seasons ago, Peach Belt Conference tournament MVP. And just the way he's been playing during this stretch, and especially today, and how hard he goes in practice, he wants more than that, and I think this whole team does, and they're showing that, the way that they've played. And they have fun out there too, a lot of smiles, obviously working really hard, but when they get going, they are a tough team to stop, and they really kind of feed off of each other's momentum and each other's success. So certainly good to see UNCP get going as that first half kind of progressed and winded down. 13-point edge up, 49-36. And again, this is the second game of today's doubleheader between UNCP and Flagler. In the first game, you saw the UNCP women's side, who they led at halftime by 5, and let that be a cautionary tale to the men's team, that just because you're playing well, shooting well in the first half, does not mean that you're going to shoot that well in the second half. The Lady Braves shot 47% of the first half, one of their best offensive performances of the season, then struggled, only putting up 7 points to the third, and after that kind of just continued to fall behind. But this men's side has shown consistent offensive outbursts really throughout the season, but especially on this 3-game winning streak and against this Flagler program, where they are 18-2 all time, including 10 straight wins, and they've won their last 5 here at Flagler. The only 2 losses for UNCP to the Saints all time were played right here at Flagler Gymnasium, which, by the way, is a solid crowd today. Beautiful weather outside, but still a good crowd at hand here for this Flagler Saints fan base as UNCP heads out onto the floor from the locker room with a 13-point edge, just under 5 minutes to go before we get things started in the second half of action. A little bit of history with St. Augustine, called the ancient city, and for good reason. It was colonized in September of 1565, first discovered by a European in 1565. It was Ponce de Leon, and of course the mythical Fountain of Youth is supposedly in the area, and didn't have a chance to go check that out, but heard great things about it, and this has just been a wonderful city to be in with the team, and well, it's been a wonderful evening of basketball for the UNCP men's team. 4 minutes to go until we get things started in the second half. 49-36 the score. UNCP leading the Flagler Saints. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. This is Braves men's basketball on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
It's a football! The long history of heartache continues.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of...
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
And we're ready to go here in the second half. Braves up 49-36 over the Flagler Saints in Flagler Gymnasium. Thrilled to have you with us on this Thursday afternoon. This, the first doubleheader of two this week. Both the men's and women's side will make the trip out to western Georgia on the border of Alabama to take on Columbus State on Saturday. And we'll have those broadcasts for you, of course, right here on the UNCP Sports Network. Flagler basketball to start things off. Five on the floor for the Braves. It's Struther, Pruitt, Ratliff, Tyrell Kirk, and Carson Mounts as it's lobbed into the backcourt to Derek Ellis Jr. for Flagler. On the floor with Demerit Brown, Alante Pickens, Metzger, and Yorazapaitis. Quick trigger out of the gate and a 4-point play. The right corner, three is good, and the foul for Demerit Brown. Well, you could not have asked for a better first possession if you're head coach Chad Warner, the former Valparaiso assistant coach, his third season as the head man here in the ancient city. Free throw is up, and off the back iron. Well, I guess in that case, you could have asked for a better start if you're Coach Warner. Hoping to make that free throw if you're the Saints. 10-point edge for UNCP, opening possession of the half for the Braves. They go to Pruitt on the right block, finds a cutting Mounts, who had it stripped away by Demerit Brown, and Tony Jones springs out of his seat. Unhappy with his officiating crew. Antonio Vargas, Kenneth Totten, and Brian Demazowitz, the three in the black and white. Ratliff between the circles. Finds Kirk on the right wing. Right block, Mounts was held by Getty Yorazapaitis. That's another foul on Yorazapaitis, his second. And it comes just 32 seconds into the second half. Braves inbounding from under the attacking basket. Pruitt, right elbow. Shot fake inside to Mounts. Had it stripped away, and it's taken the other way by Derek Ellis Jr. Across half court. Quick trigger three, left corner, off the back rim for Alante Pickens. Down the floor racing is Ratliff. Turns and hands to Struther, who arcs his way back out. Straight away now, curling off a Pruitt screen. Goes to work on Metzger, and around the 6'7", big-bodied Chris Metzger. David Struther able to finish. Braves up 51-39, just over a minute into the second half. And a finger roll finish at the rim as Alex maneuvers his way past Akia Pruitt, the speedy guard, finding a seam. Pruitt between the circles, leaves it to his left for Tyrell Kirk. Kirk pulls up, jump shot off to the right, rebounded by Metzger. Tyrell Kirk just 3 points, 1 of 7 from the fields. Open right corner three, a lucky break for the Braves as Demerit Brown could not convert. Outlet the other way to Ratliff. Slithers inside through a double team, had it knocked away, and it's off of UNCP. It hit Ratliff's knee. Jordan Ratliff pleading for a foul. Yorazapaitis inbounds it to Derek Ellis. Braves drop into a man-to-man. Yorazapaitis with Tyrell Kirk on him. Left wing, lost the ball for a second, finds Metzger between the circles. Quick handoff up top. Ellis lost it, regains it, ball on the floor, scooped up by Pruitt. Numbers for the Braves, it's a 3-on-1 break. Ratliff sidestepping, and he missed it on the up and under. Kick out to Tyrell Kirk. Back to Pruitt, right corner three, front rim and out. Out of the weak side, Jordan Ratliff shoved from behind. It'll stay with the Braves. To push against Alante Pickens. His first season at Flagler, his third collegiate stop. He started his career at Kirkwood Community College and played at Missouri S&T. Worked around the perimeter. Braves have it. It's Struther left wing with the freshly checked in Demir Hadzic on him. Size advantage for the Braves. They go ISO. Struther hesitates. Mounts, short corner on the right side, front rim, and ball loose on the floor. It's another offensive rebound for Pruitt. Strother inside, and Mounts was bodied down, and they call a foul on Carson Mounts. Derek Ellis was on top of him. Didn't quite see what went down underneath, but Ellis ended up on top of him. And Carson Mounts is called for the personal. Second team foul of the half, third personal on Mounts, who trots over to the sideline. Spencer Levi sprints out onto the floor. 51-41, Braves lead at 17:30 to go in the ballgame. Akia Pruitt, 5 rebounds, all 5 in the offensive ends. Bounce pass to the high post, intended for Urizapitis, taken away by Tyrell Kirk. Ratliff throws it down in transition with 2 hands. 53-41 Braves, just over 17 minutes to go, clock rolling. Braves with their 6th steal of the evening. Urizapitis has 11 points, has yet to score this half. Ball above his head finds Metzger high post, hands off to Urizapitis, steps back, no breathing room. Instead goes to the right wing, long 3-pointer contested off the mark from Brown, and quickly heading down the floor is the UNCP attack. In transition lane from Strother, unsuccessful, short-armed it, and the ball outletted around into the hands of Derek Ellis Jr. Hadzic picks up his dribble left wing. Pivots in his bright yellow Steph Curry sneakers. Urizapitis left corner, tries to step back on Strother, smothering defense. Strother gets to the passing lane. Urizapitis left corner, turns and faces, lets it go, and a foul called on Strother. 3 free throws on the way for Getty Urizapitis. By the way, if you think you can spell Getty Urizapitis, feel free, send me a tweet at John Gross PXP. If you think you could spell Getty Urizapitis without looking it up, I'd say it's next to impossible as he hits the first of 3 and rims out on the second. Second of the conference in points per game, leads the conference in rebounding, most 3-point field goals made. And that free throw, he had made 19 straight prior to missing that free throw. So his streak ends at 19 in a row. That goes over this game and the previous 4 games. Have been 18 for 18 from the line over the last 4 games. It's the 3rd. So Urizapitis goes 2 of 3. Braves up by 10. Kirk free throw line jumper over the hands of Urizapitis is through. 5 points for Tyrell Kirk, now 2 of 7. Derek Ellis hustles across midcourt. Works his way back out. Left to right, right to left. Urizapitis with a 5 count on him. Gets it out of his hands with 4 seconds on it. Metzger high post, has the size advantage on Strother after a switch. Ellis attacking, and it's knocked out of bounds by Strother. Good defense. 15:42 to go, second half. And we should be heading to a media timeout here. And we will. Braves up by 12, 55-43, 15:42 to go. Here in the ball game, UNCP looking to extend its winning streak to 4 games here in St. Augustine, Florida. Don't go anywhere. This is Braves men's basketball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's
Flagler basketball. Attacking to her left, inbounding from underneath their attacking basket. Nearly a 5 count as it's inbounded to Hadzic. Quick release on the right wing 3 from Demerit Brown, who since hitting that 4-point play, he did miss the free throw. He's got ice cold from the field. 15:30 to go in the ballgame. Tyrell Kirk right wing, penetrates off the Levi screen. Wheels inside, finds Levi in the right block, goes up with it and rolls it home. Spencer Levi, post presence inside, another bucket for the Braves, who now lead it by 14 points. 15-14 to go, clock ticking. Ellis, high stepping around Pruitt, and good defense by Pruitt, forcing a tough angle for the 5'11 Derek Ellis Jr. Levi between the circles, quickly gets rid of it over to Struther left wing. Pick and roll, Struther kicks it out to Pruitt, puts the ball on the floor. Pruitt turns hands to Ratliff. Right wing 3, you bet! Jordan Ratliff, another made 3-pointer for him. He's 4 for 5 from distance, 6 of 8 from the field. He has 16. The other way, though, an uncontested lay-in for Chris Metzger off the feed from Derek Ellis Jr. Braves up 60-45, 14:35 to go in the second half of action. Kirk maneuvers his way inside, went up with it, came down with it, and that's a travel. Zapaitis will inbound to Derek Ellis. Ratliff picking him up. About 3/4 court of the way. Ellis nearly lost his footing around the Metzger screen. Stays on his feet, picks up his dribble left wing. Metzger between the circles, back to the basket. Puts the ball on the floor, backdoor feed, and he connects with his man, Zapaitis. Ball still whipped around the perimeter inside to Metzger. Had it stripped away, and a delayed whistle comes in. On the baseline as Chris Metzger will head to the free throw line. It's a personal on Tyrell Kirk. Micah Kinsey, Jabri Bullard, and Sean Kirk sitting in front of us at the scorer's table as Metzger bricks the first free throw off to the right. So Bullard, Kinsey, Sean Kirk on for the Braves. David Struther, Jordan Ratliff head off. Akia Pruitt checks out as well. Braves 15-point cushion, 14:05 to go. We've seen 8 players play for the Braves. Only player that's traveled that has not played is Dewan Lassane. Micah Kinsey at the controls for the offense. Bounce pass to Kirk, left wing. Kirk step back, thought about a 3, turns and hands it to Kinsey. Kinsey free throw line extended, around right of the lane as he left his feet, tried to chuck it inside to Levi, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Braves. 14 to the shot clock. Attacking to our right, inbounding from underneath the basket. Tyrell Kirk, the trigger man. Lofts it to his brother Sean, right elbow jab step, takes it, and short-armed it, missed it short. Tyrell Kirk followed a shot, and a foul is called underneath the basket. And that's against Chris Metzger. Third team foul of this half. Levi left open, right corner. Triple off the mark. Zapaitis snatches the weak side board. He outlets it to Ellis. Ellis settles in the left wing, picks up his dribble. Good denial from Levi and Metzger. Cross-court feed, and he chucked that way too far for Demerit Brown. Errant pass from Derek Ellis, who spent 2 seasons at Mercyhurst up in Pennsylvania before making his way down south. And good hands from Tony Jones. Ball was deflected right at the UNCP bench. And Coach Jones, quick reflexes, able to catch it. Tyrell Kirk inbounding from right in front of us here at the scorer's table. Back to Kirk, right wing, off the feed from Kinsey. Kirk now free throw line, through the leg, step back, crossover, over the heads of Zapaitis, clanked off the back iron, and the loose ball tipped out of bounds by Metzger underneath. And it's Braves basketball from the opposite corner. Attacking to our right, Jabri Bullard will toss it in. Lobs it off the fingertips of Brown, and well, it'll give the Braves a little bit more breathing room. Bullard now about midway through the attacking half of the court, rather than stuck in the corner. Finds Kinsey. Kinsey goes away from the Levi screen to his left. has Levi in the pop. Levi goes to the right block to Sean Kirk. Kirk jab steps right, turns with a right hook, and puts it in. 62-46, largest lead of the game for UNCP. Sean Kirk with their efficient offensive performance. Braves switch in the pick and pop. Hadzic has the size and Bullard. Shimmy shake. Oh, and that got pinned to the backboard by Spencer Levi. Kinsey crossover dribble. Step back now to Bullard, right wing. Good ball reversal. Right corner three for Tyrell Kirk. Left it short, but it's rebounded by Tyrell. Levi tried to go for the poster, able to readjust midair and lay it in with the left hand. Defense and offense for Spencer Levi. Braves up 18, 12-18 to go, second half. Between the circles, Metzger thought about a shot. One-handed bounce pass is weaved inside to Hadzic. Hadzic jab steps on Sean Kirk. Kicks it out to Ellis Jr. Ellis Jr. lets it fly. Off the mark, way off, and Tyrell Kirk has the weak side rebound. Numbers for the Braves, kick out to Sean Kirk. One dribble into a three, got a piece of it. Hadzic, Braves coaches pleading for a foul, and the pass intercepted by Tyrell Kirk. Chucked down the floor, intended for Hadzic. And Micah Kinsey, that calming presence as a senior, wisely slows things down. Braves in no hurry here, up by 18, their largest edge of the evening. 11.5 to go. Ball in the hands of Sean Kirk, finds his brother Tyrell. Straight away, three off the elevator screen. Got it. Tyrell Kirk, his second made three. He has 8 points. And UNCP starting to run away with things here in the second half. Up 21 points at 67-46 Braves after the Tyrell Kirk triple. We'll head to a break here. Timeout taken. An immediate timeout as well. It's extended. 11:21 to go, second half. 67-46. All UNCP here in St. Augustine.
It's a football! The long history of heartache continues.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
UNCP just exerting their dominance right now over Flagler, up by 21 points. They've extended this lead. They're on a 7-point run. It's Flagler basketball attacking to our left. Out of the timeout, Derek Ellis Jr. flips it out, worked around the perimeter. Urizapitis thought about a shot and instead leaves it for Pickens, who tried to go baseline and nearly had his pocket picked, but it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Flagler basketball. Ellis will inbound it from the far sideline. Finds Metzger in the right elbow. Trying to body inside Levi. Goes to the drop step, lefty hook. Off to the left, Jabry Bullard. Rocking the number 0 with the rebound. Up top to Struther. Finds Kirk on the left block. Kirk bodies his way in. Off glass, too much. Metzger grabs the rebound with his right hand. Through the legs dribble. Ellis, he's crafty with the basketball as he now weaves his way back out to the right wing. He'll set up the offensive attack. Ellis taking his time with it. Braves switch off the Metzger screen. Floated inside for Metzger. A little volleyball tip into the basket. Kinsey the other way. Up and under. Trying to get fancy with it. Could not finish. That's a tough shot, and Metzger slow to get up the other way. In transition, it's Pickens laying it in. Out of the timeout, good response for Chad Warner's crew. 67-50, Braves still a comfortable edge here in the midway point of the second half. 10:05 to go, clock rolling. Struther has the ball. Between the circles, now back to his basket, leaves it for Kinsey, right wing. Kinsey floats it to the high post to Levi. directing the offense. Levi drives left, and he's called for a travel. Carson Mounts with 3 fouls heads back out of the floor. Spencer Levi will get a hard-earned breather. UNCP assistant Alden Pops Miller giving the Braves some encouragement at the sideline. And now we'll get a whistle. Well, timeout of the floor. Officials say media timeout. So last timeout, I guess, wasn't a media timeout. 9:54 to go. 67-50. Braves still in front here in the second half. We'll be back in just a few. This is Braves basketball on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a Big Bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
$67-50, Braves in front as Zombie Nation blasts through the speaker system here at Flagler Gymnasium. It's Saints basketball attacking right to left in their white uniforms. They trail it by 17, 9:54 to go after the under-12 media timeout. Derek Ellis hustles across half court, and he tries to hand it off to Pickens, who has it taken away by Kirk. Uh-oh, look out, one-on-one, Kirk, oh my! Energetic as it gets, a one-handed flush. Shades of LeBron James and his patented Statue of Liberty dunk. Great defense by Bullard, resulting in the loose ball, and Sean Kirk, best dunker in the conference. Without a doubt, one of the best in the country, as Pickens fights his way to the hole and lays it in with the right hand. 69-52 Braves, 9 minutes to go here in the ballgame. Kirk turns, pivots, right wing, Strother. Strother off the Kirk screen, lets it go and hits with a hand at his face, David Strother. And, UNCP is just on fire from distance, 55% from deep, 11 for 20. As Ellis, who is as quick as they come with the basketball in his possession, is fouled as he attempted a transition lay-in by David Strother. Jordan Ratliff and Akia Pruitt to the scorer's table. I'll check in after this first free throw from Derek Ellis Jr. Played a couple of seasons up at Mercyhurst, where he made 34 starts last season, led the team in assists and steals as he bricks it off the back of the iron. Sean Kirk, after that highlight reel slam, heads out. Jabri Bullard as well. That duo played a large part in that breakaway finish for Kirk. Braves up by 20, 72-52, 8:53 to go. And folks, keep in mind, UNCP on this 3-game win streak, they've been beating opponents by an average of 24.4 points per game. So they're keeping things rolling, not just winning, but convincingly. Still a long way to go today, though. Just under 9 minutes to go as the second free throw falls. Pruitt right block, turns and faces the basket. Now tries to back down his defender. Cross-court feed to Strother. Strother backs down inside. And that's an offensive foul on David Strother. Alante Pickens, some good defense inside. 6-team foul on the Braves. That is the 4th on David Strother as Tyrell Kirk makes his way to midcourt. He'll check in at the next whistle. Ellis penetrates, left side, left of the lane, and his finger roll attempt hit the front rim as he's slow to get up. Numbers for the Braves, 5 and 4. Ratliff, drive and kick, Kinsey shot fake. Kinsey gives it to Ratliff, baseline drive, gives the head fake, up and in on the lay-in. Plus the whistle. Derek Ellis Jr. was able to get back on defense, but only to foul a driving and finishing Jordan Ratliff. What a game he's having. Braves now up 74-53 as Strother heads out with 4 fouls and Tyrell Kirk checks in. Ratliff leads all scorers 18 points, and he's doing it with ease. 7 of 9 from the field, 4 of 5 from distance. In just 16 minutes of action. And another major reason why the Braves have had success as of late. Ratliff, during this 3-game win streak, averaging just south of 19 points per game as he hits the foul shot. Shooting 56% from the field and 83% from the line. He's coming off of a career-high 28 points in the Braves' big victory over Young Harris. And he hits the free throw, 19 points for him. Braves up by 22. Hadzich goes backdoor, good feed. And Derek Ellis Jr. able to score. He's a really creative ball player. Only 5'11", but talked about before, as fast as they come on the basketball floor. Kirk out to Mounts, right wing. Mounts goes to work. Euro step from Mounts, and he airballed it. Braves bench was ready to explode if Mounts was able to convert there. Ellis the other way, into the contact of Pruitt, and he finishes on the right side. Derek Ellis, like the Energizer Bunny, this guy just doesn't stop. He gets it and goes. And it's a personal on Pruitt. Under 8 media timeout, 7:39 to go. Derek Ellis Jr., a chance to convert a three-point play the old-fashioned way, but his Saints team still trails UNCP by 18. So don't go anywhere. This is Braves basketball right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Out of the media timeout, Braves lead it by 18. Derek Ellis Jr. toes the free throw line, looking to convert on a three-point play after another fast break bucket for the speedy point guard. Derek Ellis Jr., 11 points, 5 of 10 from the field in 32 minutes, also has 9 assists. So right on track for a double-double. It's the free throw. Braves lead it by 17. Chance for them to put things away. Bounce to the left block, goes right into the shooting motion of the righty hook. Soft touch from the 6'10 senior center, falls through. 77-58, Braves up 19. Ellis has it between the circles, dribbles right. Ellis off the screen from Hadzich. Hadzich rolls. Instead, it's kicked out to the right wing. Long three falls through for Demerit Brown. Kinsey has it with Pickens guarding him. Picks up his dribble. They go to Mounts. Mounts spins on Urizapitis, up and under Carson Mounts. That's too easy. Has the size advantage on Urizapitis. Flagler trying to go small here. Offense on the floor for the Saints. Floated inside to Hadzich. Gets Mounts to leap and foul him. Lost the ball on the way up, but he's earned a trip for 2 shots. Braves, their 8th team foul as Spencer Levi heads to the scorer's table. Carson Mounts now has 4 fouls, 1 more, and he's done.
Making his way to the foul line for the Saints is number 14, Damir Hadzich.
Flagler picking things up offensively. They've hit 6 of their last 7. And Carson Mounts will stay in the ballgame. 6:41 to go. Mounts has 4 fouls, 6 points. Hadzic misses the front end off the front iron. The righty out of Sarajevo in Bosnia-Herzegovina hits the second. The transfer from Arkansas Little Rock, a D1 school. He started a few games there. It's the second. Braves up 17. Kinsey spins, finds Mounts uncontested underneath, lays it up and in. Braves up to 81. They lead it by 19. Braves drop back defensively. Now Strother heads to the score table for UNCP. Pickens through the legs. Lost control of himself for a little bit. Kicks it out to Demerit Brown off the Hadzic screen. Brown penetrates, flips it up with the right hand from the left side, rolls off the front iron. Rebound to Mounts, outlet it to Kinsey. Kinsey pushes the issue. Inside to Mounts. This has been the size advantage the Braves have been exploiting, and again, Carson Mounts keeps it going. Double digits for Mounts. Looking like a good decision to keep him in the ballgame, despite his 4 fouls. Braves up 83-62. High post Hadzic. Turns and faces, lets it fly from distance. Good rotation as the big man hits it from distance. Just 20% from beyond the arc entering today's game. But he hits the 3 ball. Kinsey driving left of the lane. Tough runner. Falls off the rim, but he's fouled, so he'll shoot a pair. It's a personal on Alante Pickens. That's his 4th foul, and the 5th team foul, as Micah Kinsey, who has struggled as a free throw shooter throughout his career, now 0 for 2 from the line tonight after that miss. The season just 1 of 6 from the stripe. Again, didn't start playing until mid-December, and in his 4 seasons playing as a Brave, just 55% for his career entering tonight, but he hits the second. Front rim backboarded in. 83-65, Braves up 18. Kinsey did his job, heads to the sideline. Now it's David Strother. The Braves, the full court press. Looking to put Flagler away, leave no doubt in this one. Pontelic will inbound, finds Ellis streaking across the baseline. And now slowly walks his way across half court after the Braves drop back defensively. Pass knocked away initially from Yorzapaitis. Now has it left wing. Penetrates on Tyrell Kirk. Forced to pick up his dribble, and it's weaved out up top to Pontelic. Driving for the right side, kissed off the glass and through for Alex Pontelic. 17-point lead for the Braves, 5 minutes to go. And an offensive foul on Carson Mounts. That's his 5th and final. So Mounts finishes with 10 points, 3 boards, a pair of assists, and 16 minutes of action. It's the 9th team foul, but since it's an offensive foul, no free throws for Flagler. Braves double team Ellis on the inbound, then drop back. Ratliff on him. Ellis, ball in his left hand, finds Hadzic, high post, turns and looks to the basket. Backdoor feed to Ellis. Another lay-in from the left side for Derek Ellis. 14 points for Derek Ellis Jr. Jabry Bullard down to the free throw line. Ratliff comes off the down screen, pops out of the right wing, has the ball. They feed Pruitt to the right block, bodying inside, and Hadzic called for the personal. 6th team foul, and that's his 3rd personal on the big man out of Europe. Akia Pruitt has not scored in the second half. This comes after a 15-point first half. He's 1 of 2 from the stripe tonight. First free throw for the righty is up and good, nothing but net. 57% free throw shooter. Jordan Ratliff heads to the bench in favor of Jabry Bullard. After the made free throw, 85-69 Braves. And they'll wipe up a wet spot right in front of Getty Yorzapaitis. Again, if you think you could spell Getty Yorzapaitis, you're a master at language. Because it is not what you'd expect, as Pruitt hits the second. If you think you can guess it, feel free to send me a tweet at John Gross, PXP, or send it to our UNCP accounts. I would love to see if anyone can guess that correctly. Hits the second as well. 86-69 Braves, and a double dribble called on Alante Pinkins as he was harassed by Jabri Bullard just inside the half-court line. Flagler fans not happy about that call. They say that it was the coaching staff as well, arguing that it hit Jabri Bullard's knee. Kirk off the Levi screen. Whipped out to Struther. Entry feed left block to Levi. Kicked out up top, Pruitt a separation. Driving left-handed finish. Oh my goodness. Akia Pruitt just bodied Demir Hadzik. And Hadzik could just stand there and watch with his offhand as well. 88-69. Pickens, left corner three, lips off. Struther there in the rebounds. No numbers for the Braves. Struther pulls it out. Finds Pruitt left wing. Had the dunk, now with three ball in the way. Off the front rim, weak side board secured by Demerit Brown. Akia Pruitt with one of the best dunks of the season. Yorzapaitis from way downtown. That one from Jacksonville is off the mark and scampers innocently out of bounds. Under 4 media timeout, 3:22 to go. Braves up 88-69. Looking to close things out. Akia Pruitt just caught a body, and the Braves looking to catch their 4th straight win. They lead 88-69, 3:22 to go here in the second half. This is Braves basketball on the UNCP Sports Network.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a Big Bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
Out of the final media timeout, 3:22 to go, 88-69, UNC Pembroke comfortably in front. Struther across the timeline, out to the left wing to Jabri Bullard, feeds Akia Pruitt on the high post, whipped around to Struther, now kicked out to the left corner. Bullard step back triple with a hand in his face, too strong, and the weak side rebound, ripped down by Alex Pantelic. Outletted to Pickens. Braves strap back into a 2-3 zone. Pantelic splits it, kick out left corner, and it out on the three-point attempt from Demerit Brown. Outletted off the Braves rebound, up top for Levi. Oh my, that would have possibly even one-upped Pruitt's dunk. Levi had to climb the ladder. I don't even think the best dunker in the NBA could have gotten that one. Maybe a peak DeAndre Jordan, maybe. But a little bit too high in the feed from David Struther. Yorzapaitis just 2 points in the second half after posting 11. Second leading scorer in the conference, picks up his dribble on the right wing. Turns and hands off to Demerit Brown, midway through the shot clock. Brown curls left off the screen from Hadzik. Switch comes from the Braves. Hadzik with Kirk on him, three ball is short. Long rebound, Pantelic saved it as he climbs into the bleachers. And it ends up with Jabri Bullard. Bullard with numbers, out to Kirk in the left wing, and Pantelic recovers, so 5-on-5 in the half court. Braves will set things up. Bullard works right off the screen from Pruitt. Lobbed inside from Levi, offline, and more of a shot attempt, actually. Kind of hit the backboard. Intended for Pruitt. Open look for Pantelic, gives a head fake, baseline up and under with the body on him. Finishes, went up with a left, finished on the right side. Alex Pantelic, a chance to convert the three-point play. And it's a foul on Spencer Levi. 10th foul on the Braves, so 2 free throws, double bonus from here on out. And Lawrence Slim heads on for Getty Zapaitis. As Pontelic will shoot one. 1:59 to go. And he sinks it, nothing but net. Braves up by 16. 1:57 away from extending their win streak to 4 games. And Lawrence Slim held Spencer Levi under the basket. So Levi will shoot 1-1. That's the 17th foul, the first on Slim. By the way, Getty Zapaitis is spelled G-E-D-I, the first name. Last name, J-U-O-Z-A-P-A-I-T-S. Getty Zapaitis. One of the best names we'll see all year. 88-72, make that 89-72. A sky-scraping free throw from Levi. That barely grazed the net, just fell through. Levi 68% from the line of the season. Toes the free throw line, arcs it up, and in and out. Slim on the rebounds. Outlet it to Pickens. Braves up 17:50 to go. Pickens kicked out to the right wing as Dewan Lassane heads to the scorer's table. He'll be the 9th and final Brave to play if there's a dead ball here. Hadzic, high post, turns and looks at the basket. Head fake on the right wing from Brown. Brown kicks it out. Pickens, left corner 3 off the line. Tipped out by Slim, directly into the hands of Hadzic. 20 on the shot clock. Now down to 15. Brown, quick 3 off the screen. Right wing is long and Jay Bullard secures the board. Outlet it to David Struther, and the Braves on their way to securing their 4th straight victory. Moved to 10-3 this season, 4-1 in conference play, and 4-1 on the road. Struther working the clock here. Pruitt, left wing, hands it off to Tyrell Kirk. Kirk lost his footing, regains it, still controls his dribble. Has 5 to get a shot off, finds Bullard, left wing, bounce pass, give and go back to Bullard from Levi, cutting inside, and Bullard lays it in. Braves discombobulated that possession, but didn't matter. Still able to come up with a pair of points. That's just how it's been for UNCP. Tony Jones calls a timeout. Still has 3 more, but no need to use any other ones. And just a substitution for the Braves, it's Dewan Lassane checking in. So all 9 Braves that have traveled have now played. 45 seconds to go. Clock ticking towards 0. Braves up 91-72 over the Flagler Saints, who are in the midst of one of their best starts in program history since joining the D2 ranks. Hadzic picks up his dribble, hands off to Slim. The European connection now inside with the left hand, arcing down the lane, and fouled is Demerit Brown, who could not convert the lane, but he'll shoot 2. Yeah, talked about it before, but 30.7 seconds to go, Braves up by 19 as Brown heads to the free throw line and puts up the first and somehow did not fall through, rims out. There are more players from Europe than there are from Florida on this Flagler team. 18-point lead for the Braves, 25 seconds to go. Shot and game clock just about even. It's decimals, the difference. Lassane, wraparound feed inside, intended for Pruitt. Taken away by Hadzic, and it's intercepted by Tyrell Kirk on the outlet feed. That'll do it. UNC Pembroke moved to 10-3 this season. A 91-73 victory. Tony Jones and company come down to St. Augustine, and they leave, no doubt, another blowout win for the Braves, who are playing their best basketball of the season. Speaking to the coaching staff before this game at practice yesterday, they felt that way, and it looks like it's continuing. They'll have another test on Saturday against Columbus State, but here in St. Augustine, a convincing win, 18 points to be exact, again putting up 91 points, and not too much you could critique there. We'll have Tony Jones on with us in just a few minutes. He's going to head out to the locker room. For now, we'll give you some stats here. Braves, again, 91-73 win. 4 scorers in double figures. A pair with 19 and Akia Pruitt and Jordan Ratliff. Both shot very efficient, a combined 38 points, 14 of 20 from the fields. That's 70% from the fields, just between the 2 leading scorers. David Struther at 10, Carson Mounts at 10, Tyrell Kirk at 8. Spencer Levi, a nice performance as well. 9 points and a couple of big blocks 4 players in double figures for Flagler as well. Derek Ellis Jr. with a team high 14, 6 of 11 from the fields. Pickens had 12. Metzger had 13, but a big number that we spoke about throughout the broadcast. Getty UNCP, just 13 points for the second leading scorer in the Peach Belt Conference. Only 4 of 11 from the field. It's a guy who shoots 40% from the field, 50% from the field, 50% from deep. He just wasn't getting good looks. You have to give a ton of credit to the coaching staff for game planning against him, and of course the players for executing. We saw both Tyrell Kirk and Akia Pruitt matched up tightly on UNCP. So the Braves move to 10-3 in the season, 4-1 in conference play, and they'll advance to Saturday's matchup against Columbus State. It's a Columbus State team that they're finding success at home. They're 4-2 in the season at home. And again, we'll have that broadcast for you on Saturday. Tony Jones will be joining us in just a couple of minutes. Until then, we'll take a quick break here. When we get back, some more stats, storylines, a little bit of a recap, that interview with Coach Jones. So don't go anywhere. This is Braves basketball right here on the UNCP Sports Network post-game show live from St. Augustine, Florida. Your Braves are victorious, 91-73.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
The town of Pembroke, incorporated in 1895, is a proud community rich in heritage. Pembroke is a quaint but growing town, regarded as the social, political, cultural, and commercial center for the Lumbee tribe, the largest American Indian tribe east of the Mississippi River, with over 58,000 members. The town hosts a variety of events during the year, none larger than Lumbee Homecoming, which annually brings in over 30,000 visitors. We welcome you to visit our unique town and encourage you to read and learn more about Pembroke.
When you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer, drop a big bow box on it. Whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, at least they'll gnash their teeth on something delicious. It's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Post-game here at Flagler Gymnasium. UNCP victorious over the Flagler Saints, picking up its fourth straight victory, 91-73, the final. We talked about some key individual numbers. How about some team metrics? The Braves shot an even 50% from downtown, 52% from the field. Defensively, we're great. This is a Flagler team that, as we touched on throughout the broadcast, they are the best three-point shooting team statistically in the conference. They shoot just a touch over 40% from the fields, from distance. Today shot below 35%, 34.6% to be exact. Also, they average just about 13 made three-pointers per game. Today, they made just 9. So that's quite the difference right there. And again, Braves winning by 18. They hit their average of 13 threes a game. This is a completely different ballgame. Braves really good all-around team effort. They'll take on Columbus State on Saturday, who just defeated Georgia College late last night, a 92-79 win. That was on the road on Saturday at the Lumpkin Center over in Columbus. The two teams will square off UNCP and the Cougars of Columbus State. Columbus State, give a little preview for them, 7-5 in the season. They're 2-2 in conference play. They've been playing well as of late, though. Won their last 2 games, a blowout against Francis Marion, who has struggled this season, and they beat Georgia College by 13, who UNCP lost to by 3 at home. And that loss to Georgia College seems to have been the turning point. Had an early morning practice after that, and that kind of just sparked the guys to get things going, and they have not looked back since then. 4-game win streak for the Braves, 4 dominant wins coming into this game. Won their last 3 by an average of just over 24 points per game, an 18-point victory today. So plenty of things to love if you're head coach Tony Jones. And again, we'll have him with us here on the post-game show in just a couple of minutes after he wraps up chatting with his team. So don't go anywhere. This is the post-game show here on the UNCP Sports Network.
It's a football! The long history of heartache continues.
It's officially the holidays, and you've got a house full of unstable football fans who won't take hungry for an answer. So drop a big bow box on your pigskin powwow, because whether you need an 8, 12, or 20 piece with biscuits, fixins, and tea, nothing helps swallow tears of defeat like swallowing a bunch of fried chicken first. Now when it comes to defending your lucky recliner, that's all you. Bojangles, it's bow time.
When a hospital invests in technology, skilled hands and keen eyes have new tools for diagnosing disease and making people better. At Scotland, we were the first in the region to provide 3D mammograms and robotic joint surgery, and the only hospital in the region to collaborate with Duke Health to offer both radiation and medical oncology for cancer patients. At Scotland, we invest in the newest technology for one simple reason: to deliver you closer care that's better by far.
A nurse at Scotland Health is
a healer, touching patients' lives at every turn.
An ally, working as a trusted teammate with the best doctors.
A blower of bubbles, part child whisperer, part kid at heart.
A winner, recognizing excellence through Daisy Awards.
And of course, a caring friend. Scotland Health nurses are many things to many people. But to us, they're simply better by far.
Back here at Flagler Gymnasium, happy to be joined by interim head coach Tony Jones. Coach, first of all, thanks for joining us.
No problem, man. It's great to be here.
Congrats on the win today. Another convincing win, 91-73. Just had a chance to speak with your team. What are your thoughts? What are some of the things that you shared with them?
I thought we had it was great effort throughout the game. Beginning of the game, I thought our defensive effort could have been a lot better. Flagler has a very talented team. They got a lot of great shooters. Jetty was a prolific scorer. I mean, he can shoot from three, he can attack. I think we did a great job on him in the second half. I think he only took one attempt, so he had 2 points. But all around great win for the guys.
Offensively, I mean, the last, 4 games now, 4-game winning streak has just been absolutely unstoppable. What's led to the offense clicking like this?
Just just getting to our principles, inside out, getting to our bigs. Like I've said many times, that our offense isn't predicated on one person getting the ball. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in double digits. We probably had 1, 2, 3 more that could have been in double digits. I mean, the ball is spread around very well. We have very unselfish guys, and defensively we were a lot better second half. So I think that's what contributed to our W.
You mentioned able to slow down in the second half. Getty, Zapitis. What was the game plan coming into the game today, and how do you feel you guys executed that throughout the game?
Well, the first half, he was on fire. I mean, he wasn't missing anything. But second half, I was like, hey, he does not touch the ball. He does not get easy shots. And the guys finally listened and did what they had to do. But he's definitely a great player, great scorer. He's doing great things in this league, and he has a bright future ahead of him.
Flagler leads the conference in three-point field goal percentage, also leads the conference in most three-point field goal makes. You held them well under both of those marks. How much of importance was that going into today's game?
It was huge. Defensively, I think their field goal percentage, I think their whole team's within 42%. I think that might be leading the league, actually. So I told these guys they're a great defensive team as well as an offensive team, but I said if we run our offense, they can't guard each position. I think we got very talented guys at each position on the floor and coming off the bench. So our bench points was 25 to their 12. So I think our depth really wore into them throughout the game, but they're a very talented team. But I told the guys, make them play 5, and it'll be a hard game for them.
All right, Coach, congrats on the win. Columbus State up on Saturday. Thanks for your time. We'll talk to you again then. That'll do it for today's broadcast here on the UNCP Sports Network. Braves victorious 91-73. 4th straight win for UNCP. And they move to 4-1 in Peach Belt Conference play. Again, Columbus State on Saturday. UNCP take it on the Cougars. The men's team will play at 3:30. The women will kick things off on Saturday the 11th at 1:30. We'll have both those broadcasts for you right here on the UNCP Sports Network. Setting off from St. Augustine, Florida, I'm John Gross. This has been Braves basketball on the UNCP Sports Network. UNCP wins another one on the road.
Flagler is really good